Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another Crash Your Trash. It has been a minute since I've done a Crash Your Trash, but I watched a cool video over by Sasibo. I will link her channel down below, but she was making these wonky what she called bookmarks or page tabs, and they don't require any paper clip. They just require some eyelets. So I will be sure to link her channel down below, but look at these. And I'm just using scraps, so that's why it's a Crash Your Trash. I'm using scraps from all of the kits that I've been using most recently, as well as for the upcoming journals. But you can see these stay on really good. Like, I can shake that and they don't come off. I can shake it and they don't come off. So it's really, really cool. So let me take these off so you can see them not against this weird paper here. So, but you can feel that there's a real grip to them. You do need 2 eyelets, as she pointed out, because if you don't, you just get this pivoting action. But I do hope that you'll hop over and check her out. She always has the most amazing ideas. I don't always catch her videos, but when I do, I'm always very pleased that I've caught them. So I've used, so these ones obviously are punches. Well, let's see. This is just a piece of rectangular paper. This is a circle punch, which I didn't care for the circle look, so I won't be repeating that. But these are dies in my stash. This is just one of the corner chomper designs on that tool, which we'll use again. And then this one is again that thing, and then another one of those. So we're going to be making some together. So I cut a bunch of these. I'm having trouble with my Sizzix switch. It just doesn't want to feed, even though I'm following the sandwich recipe for the type of dies I'm using. It's just like not going through at all. So I do need to, while we chat a second, I do need to poke these out. But I just love this idea of being able to just grab your scraps right out of the gate and just making some cute, page edgers. And you can also put dangles on them and whatnot. We won't be doing that today, but you'll probably be able to see that in future shares on the channel, because I don't have a lot of time today. I am ahead on my videos, which is just amazing because I was sick so much this last week. Today is Sunday, the 28th of September. And I already have, this will be my 3rd video that will go on the channel this coming week. So I'm super grateful for that. My husband and I are going to try to go for a bike ride this afternoon because it is absolutely gorgeous outside. What we experience in the Northwest as a Indian summer experience. So it's really, the temperatures are cool, but the air is crisp, and we are definitely into fall. So we've got that one. So I'm just going to go through the rest of these and see if there's any more that just need this little bit of finessing. That one seems to be fine. So you can see I have papers from all the kits that we're using. This is just a rectangle with a rounded edge. And then that will just, some of these will just going to fold in wonky ways. Some of them will be big. I did want to try vellum, so I did cut some vellum ones. So I did ovals with the vellum, and then I did a leaf. I'm not sure how that leaf is going to work out, but I thought we would give it a try. And then we've got just all these papers. This one slid because my thing wasn't feeding in right, but I'm like, oh, we still have that beautiful top. And so we're going to go ahead and start folding these up. Let me just poke the holes out of this one, and we should be good to go. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to call that good. For some reason, this paper did not die cut very well, so that's okay. We can work around that. Oh, I don't like all those little bits. Get those out of the way. Okay, so we're going to just do a handful of these on camera. Since I already showed you what these ones look like, we're going to focus less on the die cuts and more on the just wonky folds. So basically what you do is fold this just so it's askew, like this. Okay, like that. And then you've got this beautiful little bit of wonkiness, which I think is really, really cool. Try to take the lid off of the lid there. So let me just ink this up really quick. You only need to ink the things you can see. So I know that I want to get that edge, and then I want to get the back edge. So the whole top, it's just you're not going to see all of the stuff at the bottom. Underneath is what I'm saying. So we do need to catch this stuff. There we go. And then make sure everything there looks great. So let's go ahead and show you what this looks like. So this one's pretty wide, so I'm thinking I might do 3 eyelets on it, but we'll see. So I'm not measuring or anything. I'm just kind of spacing them out. I don't think I'm going to do, well, maybe I will do 3. I think I'll do 1 down here because this is a pretty wide one. 1 here and 1. I want to make sure I don't go off the other side there. They don't have to be even or anything. It's just, they're not aligned at all, but that's okay. It is a crash or trash, and that in my book is always a win when you can use your scraps, because a lot of my scraps, I keep them for a while and I get really annoyed with them. So I throw them away, I recycle them. So you can only use so many. So you gotta come up with some good ideas for scrap usage. So I'm gonna go through a lot of these. I may have to order some more. That's okay. They're cheap. I get them for like $5.99 for a bunch of them. So there we go. So that's what that looks like. So again, on our paper, I'm going to show it to you on this side. So when you slide this on, it just stays. It just stays. It's not going to fall off. So I love that. And I'm not going to decorate any with you because I feel like these are really, and this would be a great side one to go on a left side page. So like this, because then you could maybe put it down towards the bottom and put a dangle on that, or whatever, or it could go at the top as well. I like things at the top. I don't like things at the bottom so much, but you get my drift. So that's really cool. So let's do some more. So let's do some, again, I already showed you what the die cut ones look like. Let's fold a couple more just so you can see. This is for the sunflower journal. And so this one I'm just going to kind of go like that and just fold it again askew like that. Put a little die cut or a little embellishment on them at the time that I use them. I think I'm going to just do that because you never know, how you want to decorate something. So there's another one. And then let's see if we've got any more other interesting shapes. Oh, we've got the leaf. Let's try the leaf. I did another leaf. So let me poke those out. I missed that in my first look through. She did a whole bunch of different kinds. Like she used the negative space of, making like a specimen window kind of thing. So that was really creative. I think this one will actually be kind of cool. So if you go like this and kind of like that. Okay. Let's do this one because I'm not sure how it's going to hold up. So this is an experiment for sure. Just get that edge inked. Make sure we got everything inked that we want to have inked. Okay. Have to place those eyelets very carefully in this case because there's a lot of weakness in this area. So I want to look at, let's see, let me just try it. I may just have to turn this sideways so I can see what's going on both. I could take advantage of a hole that's already there on this one. I'm going to go in a little bit because we got a little bit of weakness there. And I'm going to utilize, let's see, I'm going to go clear off the edge over here, or close to the edge over here. And then let's go ahead and set these because I'm really curious what this one is going to do. Yeah, I think it's going to be fine. Obviously, you could set your eyelets on whichever is your preferred side. Now this one's going to be a little tougher because it's not going to be as durable as some of your other ones because you've got these little bits of stuff hanging out, pieces of the leaf. But I think it's worth trying, and I didn't get that inked, so let me do that really quick. Yeah, look at that. So cool. Grab that paper again. So look at that. I think it's adorable. It's adorable. I love it. Okay, so let's do some folding, some interesting folding with these. So this is just a scrap from my bin. I thought this would go really cool in the keepsake slash Little Woman journal. So you're basically just gonna fold that askew like that, like I said, just askew, and then just ink it up as we've been doing. You probably just save yourself some time and just ink all around, because you never know how you're going to fold them if you want to kind of come to the table more prepared than I am. But isn't that so cool? And then this one would be, yeah, would be great going that way. So let's put some eyelets in this one. I think I'm going to do 3 on this one, again, since it's a pretty wide piece. So I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to go to the opposite corner, and then center that other one somewhere in between. Like that. Before I post this video, since I've got an entire week to get it up, I might put some dangles on some of these, just so you can see what that would look like. I don't do that on camera very well, so, and especially because I got these nails. Usually I have her do them just to my tip, but she was feeling very generous and must have forgotten how I like them. So they're going to be a little bit hard to work with right now until I have the first fill and I can have her could do them a little shorter. But I'm loving them. I'm glad that I did it. So that's what matters. Okay, so there you go. Love it. And so again, you've got this really great side thing here. It could go on that side. It could go on this side. It could go at the top. And again, I don't generally put them on the bottom because I just don't, I like to stand my journals up, and that makes it a little bit tricky. So let's see what else we've got here. Let's try the vellum. So let's try the vellum oval first. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. I don't know how this is going to punch, so we might be in trouble when we try to do the eyelet. That might not work at all. I've never really done an eyelet on vellum before. I don't think. Maybe I have. Seems like I have done it on journal pages before. So we're going to just, again, fold that askew like that. Okay. Boom. Get that other edge. I don't think it's as interesting, but it's still fun to try. And we're going to put 2 eyelets in this one. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah. Easy peasy. Not a problem at all. When I punched these with my oval punch, I had to put a piece of paper in there too, otherwise it won't work. But oh, I'm thinking I like the vellum. So we'll do a big vellum one as well. I've got another piece of paper there. Okay. There we go. Yeah, let's see what it looks like on paper. I think it would be really cool on a page edge because see how it's transparent. And then on the other side, I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, that's a win-win. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. We've got this vellum. So I think that I want to trim this down just a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit big. What did I do with my scissors? Where? Oh, they're right beside me. Goodness gracious. I'm just going to cut this down at those words here because I feel like it's a little bit big. I don't want to continue to use 3 eyelets for everything because I'll run out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, again, turn that askew like that. Okay. Oh, I like this vellum idea. I may have some other ideas that are going to be born out of this. I have a whole list of video ideas, guys, so I feel like I've gotten my mojo back, and I feel like the ideas are now forming, and so I'm excited about the future. Very excited. Provided I stay healthy. There we go. Awesome. problem. So let's just do 2 eyelets in this one. I'm going to do one here. I'm going to do one here. And just making sure that you get the whole through both layers of paper. Otherwise, you're just going to create a weakness in your tab that you may not want. One could also, I'm thinking about something while we're pondering this process. I'm going to grab a punch and show you something that I'm, whoops. They fall on the floor. I have hardwood floor in here, but I sweep them up and then I pick through the debris and put them back in my bin, my little container. Okay, so there we go. So I want to show you what this looks like, because again, this is beautiful because you've got this, you know, it would be so cool to do a narrow page edge with this concept of vellum, because you'd get this really cool, let me just put this underneath here so you can see what I'm talking about. This cool transparent, semi-transparent effect. So that's really cool. So I'm going to grab one of my favorite punches, which is this one that I like to make tabs with, and I'm going to try it. So let's see what we have that I can use together. I think these two would actually work really well together. So, oh, I like that side. Ooh, I'm glad I turned that. I'm going to trim that down just a bit because I feel like it's a little bit too wide. Okay, I don't want to, and a little bit too tall, so we'll go ahead and trim both edges. You could also do a rough tear, so you could go like, let's do that. Let me just show you what I mean. A little rough tear on this bottom edge. Okay, and so then when you could do it on both ends actually. Let's do it on both ends. Just experimenting live here. Now this one's got the flower there, so I want to see if I can maintain that. Okay, like so. That's really cool. But what I was thinking about is, what if you were to take this punch, this is one of my faves, and I'm going to cut 2 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half and see if I can punch through both layers with this punch. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now I was wondering, like, what would happen if you did this and you put this on here like this, back to back. Yeah, let's work on this one and see what we think of that idea. Might be one for the trash bin, but we'll see. We'll play. So as I mentioned, my husband and I are going to go on a bike ride this afternoon, and then I think this evening after I get dinner going, I may go out to the outdoor studio and do some painting. I think that would be really good for my soul. I'm so overwhelmed with the violence that's occurring in our world. Just this morning, a Mormon church was attacked, and it just is heartbreaking that we've got this violence happening in our world. We are supposed to be the most powerful country in the world, place in the world, and yet we have this abhorrent violence going on, and it's just, my prayers are constant. You know, what do we do? What do we do to change the trajectory that we're on? It's crazy. Okay, so enough of that. So I was thinking what it would be like to put that on there. So I'm going to put some glue on this side. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac because I want to be able to move this around a little bit. So I'm going to put some over here, just about the halfway point. And then I'm going to put that on here. I want to get it kind of straight so it looks like it's straight, you know what I mean? Even though everything else is not straight. It's a little bit cattywampus, but just about like that. Okay. And then the problem is I have to make sure that my I'm going to move that in a little bit because I need to make sure that I can get my eyelet setter in there. So we're just adjusting that a little bit. We'll put the other one on the back. It's just an extra layer of interest is all this is doing, I believe. Jury's still out. Just go ahead and slide that back into place, and then you've got your little tabby bit, a little interesting edge piece. I like that. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 2 eyelets on this one. I'm going to keep them both on this tab. I'm going to put one here, and I'm going to put one over here. Trying to kind of aim in for the same distance from that end if I can. It looks pretty good. And one could string a ribbon through this. That would be really cool if you strung a piece of seam binding or ribbon through there. Had it tie in a bow. Oh my goodness. Cara-Renee. Punching those while the glue is wet, you know, is never a good idea, but I just go for it sometimes. Okay, do this one. Oh, we're off now. That's okay. Ink, ink, ink. It's okay. There we go. Look at that. So cool. I love it. Look at that. I love that look. Wow. And it's very wonky, isn't it? But I love it. I think it's a very, very cool idea. So that's another one for the books, so to speak. So let's see what else we've got going on here. We've got one for I like this one. I wanted to use this one. So at this one, I think I'm going to round the corners. It's actually probably just easier to ink the whole thing than to try to figure out what you need to ink and what you don't. It doesn't take much. So there we go. So let's do that. I love this. Look at that. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. There we go. Awesome. So I'm going to set some of these eyelets off camera. You guys have seen me do this, so it's not revolutionary in any way. So I'm just going to set some of those over there. And I'm just wanting to show you some of the folds that you could do. So this one's a little bit longer and wider, but I think I like the idea of this one being big. So I'm going to fold that about there and let that stick out. And let's go ahead and do something with these corners. So I have this corner rounder, which I need to empty. And I'm going to just use that corner chomper and create that interesting corner on all of those. There we go. Yeah, I like it. Look at that. Let's go ahead and do the eyelets on this one. So this one will be a left page punch, or a tab rather. So I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm going to try to use my grid here so I can see if I can get those eyelets a little bit straighter so that this edge stays straight and doesn't clip on wonky. So I'm going to put one about in the middle, and I'm going to put one down here, and I'm going to put one down here. There we go. The black marker is useful because you can see it on whatever paper you're working with. So that's a bonus. So boom. Boom. And where is it? Right there. Yeah, let's do this one. I feel like, you know, there's so many possibilities with this idea of the wonky page tabs. And I love that you don't have to have a paper clip. That's really brilliant. Thank you, Sasibo. I can't, Dragana, I can never say her name. Dragana, I think is how she pronounces her name. She's really sweet, sweet soul. Beautiful, beautiful content. So if you haven't watched her before, I would highly encourage it. There we go. Okay. Oh, I love it. So this one, again, will go onto our page like so. Okay. So it is very wonky, but we want those sunflowers standing upright. So I love it. I think it's a brilliant idea. So win-win. Okay, so let's see what else we've got that I want to make sure we don't miss something that, oh, this one will be really cool to do together. So let me ink this one up. These are all just dies from my collection. I did Google, like, you know, why won't my Sizzix switch die cut? It won't feed the plates through, and it's just, and there's no special shims for the switch. So it said you can just stick a piece of chipboard in there or a piece of cardstock, and that might help it some. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try it. So I want this one to be, this one's a little bit hard to get really, really wonky. So how about like that? Yeah. We want the wonkiness to be bold and proud. There we go. So this one could potentially go, I would probably do this one on the top, or maybe a left page. But again, I'm not going to put the eyelets in all of them because that would take us forever. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, let's try this one. We took the time to poke this one all out. So this would be for the fall journal, which it's a great idea because I always get so fatigued at the end of a journal that I don't really want to go back and do clusters and things that just help accentuate the journal a little bit more. So let's go ahead and, that's so rough. What is the deal? Did not punch very well. Oh, there we go. So let's go like this. Yeah, really wonky. We'll do a couple more and then we'll call it a day. Again, I might, since I've got time before the video actually has to be uploaded, I can take some time and maybe do some dangles on and some embellishing on some of these, maybe on some of the bigger ones. We'll see. I don't want to do a lot because I want it to be specific to the journal as I feel inspired. So that is really, really cool. So that would go on a page as well. So without putting the eyelets in, I'm wondering which direction you'd probably want it on a left-hand page because then your leaves and stems are going up. But it would also be pretty like that. Oh, that's really pretty. I love that. I love it. Okay, perfect. Let's do two more. So, got another leaf. Shall we do the other leaf? This is a different size, so I'm not sure how it will work out, but let's go ahead and try it. I tried a heart, but it didn't really work well because you're just cutting the heart in half basically, and it doesn't really look like a heart anymore. So I opted to not bring that to the table. But this is paper from Wild Rose Boho, so I thought we would introduce it as well. So the trouble with this is that there's so many weak places, so I'm going to try to get off of the weak places here and go like that. Okay, let's see what happens there. We're gonna set these eyelets because I want to show you. Oh, we've got yeah, you got to do 2 holes, so they might be a little bit wonky. Let's try it. I'm gonna go right there and way over here to the edge. So there, we'll try that. I mean, nothing should happen to it. It's not gonna like fall apart in your hands or anything. It's just a little bit weaker construction here with this leaf. I want to get my Sizzix working because I bought, about a year ago, I bought an old-fashioned photo album that has the sticky pages, and I want to do a bunch of die cuts and put them in there so that I have them, because I love to use them, but it's a pain to do it on the fly, you know, when you just want to create and you're like, man, I just want to create. And then you don't have the die cuts, and they need to be in something like that because mine always get destroyed if they're not packaged in that way. So that is so cool. So let's see what that one looks like. So let's see what it looks like on the top of the page. Yeah, look at that. I think it's perfect. And so the idea is that these are actually strong enough that you can stick something. So neither one of those are going to fall. Okay. Boom. They're not falling at all. So let's see, you did it this way on the side of the page. You just have to be careful of that little tail that's really weak. And same thing. You stick something in there, it's not going to go anywhere. I think it's brilliant. Again, it's brilliant. So let's do one more and then we'll call it a day. So that is so weak though. It concerns me. I may have to shorten that a little bit. Let's see what else we've got. We didn't do a really small one. Shall we do a smaller one like this? Yeah, let's do this last. Oh, I didn't poke the holes through that one. I'll do that one off camera. Let's do this one because this is the one where I got that edge that the plate or the dies moved when it was in the cutter, so they overlapped, which was really kind of strange. But let's just do this one and then we'll say goodbye for now. Okay, so let's kind of go wonky this way. So you could fold them any way you want. And again, head over to her channel because she did some amazing things. This one would be great. This one would probably be good on a right side page. Sorry, I'm popping around a little bit. So it would probably stick out about like that. But then you've got at least your words going up and down. This would work as well. Or this would work. So you can pick and choose what you want. But please go and check out her channel because I mean, she just had piles of these. She had them all separated out by kind of like by type, and then she shared how many different ways she used this technique, which was really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for now. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you are a new subscriber, thank you for joining. I hope that you enjoy the content. It's what I'm here for. If you and like the video, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload a video. I do upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that does help my algorithms because then it's coming back into your visibility because I can watch somebody I really love for like 2 weeks, like just binge watch. And then if I don't watch them for a day or two, they disappear from my feed. And the only way I can see people that I really like is I have the notification bell hit so that I get a notification on my phone, on my watch, whatever, in my email that says this person has posted a new video. And that's how we keep things fresh in the algorithm. So I thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.